Welcome back. We are being confronted with a very easy question. Let's go ahead and just throw that one out there. Lamiroir, recall Mr. Letus's last words. The witness... Yeah, I got it! We just flashed back to that. The siren. He meant the siren. He meant the word that he said. Whoa! Lamiroir was only on stage for the second set, and she had access to the backstage area. She could have been a witness. I see. Well, Prosecutor Gavin? My claim still stands. There was no witness to this crime. I mean... I don't know. Lamiroir. Whoever. We'll figure it out. Although... it'll be interesting trying to... I don't know if we'll have to perceive, but I imagine we will. If so, it'll be kind of hard, because her face is covered and can't see anything else. It would have to be in her eyes. She'd have to fucking twitch her eyes or something. Or curl her hair. Oh, now the jig is up. Everybody knows she speaks English. You speak so well. Have you spent time here before? Actually, I do not know how I came by my knowledge of your language. What? How would that be a thing that you don't know? What does she mean she doesn't know? Is she a robot? Just programmed into her? I had a reason, of course. What's that? Lamiroir suffers from... What? Are you kidding me? Amnesia? Lamiroir is not my true name. Yet I remember nothing of the time before I was given it. Nothing of the time before I started singing on stage. She's even more mysterious than I thought. Well, that adds a whole new layer. As lauded singer Lamiroir, she lives a good life. There are little difficulties for her, thanks to her success. Yet I did not wish to subject her to unnecessary stress. I see. I care surprisingly little about people's pasts. What an odd thing to say. Monkey D. Luffy over here. What an odd... Okay. If there is something I do not understand, I am being called as a witness. What might I say? No one will tell me anything of what happened. Lamiroir, let me be frank. I did not want to ask you up here to testify. Yet that young gentleman with the wide forehead over there was adamant that you stand. Oh my. Congratulations, Apollo. You're the bad guy. I knew it. That's the twist all along. Now that you're here, please give us your testimony. If nothing else, the sound of your voice is welcome. See, his last name, Justice, I knew it was too convenient. It was too big of a coincidence for that to be his real last name. His real last name is Da Killer. Dun dun dun! Got it. As for what I saw nothing. Thank you for your time. That night, I was invited to sing on stage, and this I did. I did not return backstage after the second set. Then I was led by the police to Mr. Gavin's dressing room, and told to wait there. That was where I learned that something had happened, but I wasn't told the details. I must say, you sound wonderful just testifying. Yeah, like, you just think it's just a pleasant voice? Refrain from detaining her here longer than need be. I'm even badder. Bad to the bone, I suppose. Very well, Mr. Justice. Keep it short and sweet. I don't know... She must know something, and I've got to find out what. Nothing she said really stood out as super terrible. She saw nothing. This is correct. I don't know about that. Probably. And yes. Okay, well, the middle one is the weirdest. Because I don't know if she did or did not. You did not return backstage once? Where were you then? What were you doing? I was cleaning up on stage. There are many things I must do for a performance other than simply sing. And was Machi with you at the time? Unfortunately, I do not know where he was. So much for an alibi for Machi. Well then. With Machi, correct? How was he then? He seemed as he always does, though I believe he was shocked by the news of Mr. Letus's death. Yet, he is not the type to show much emotion. Yes, he's given the police no end of headaches. He answers most questions with silence, and those glinting frames speak nothing. The questioning hasn't gotten very far. So he's a puppet, she's a robot. Those are my biggest theories so far. Then Mr. Letus died. Of course, investigations require some security. Mr. Letus was my manager. I wanted to know more, I should have been told. Both Machi and I were beside ourselves with concern. Allow me to apologize, but please understand. Keeping you in the dark was as painful for me as it was for you. Yes, I understand. Think, what doesn't ring true about her testimony? It's hard to imagine Lamiroir lying. She might not be lying, but she's hiding something. What wouldn't she tell me the night of the murder? She didn't tell me anything. But you must have seen something. Mr. Letus named you. Mr. Letus? How can I tell you what I don't know? Lamiroir, he said you were a witness with his dying words. I do not know what he meant to say, but that night... Well, shit. It was a great concert. You heard me sing? Thank you. I was hoping to get an autograph later, actually. Of course. Mr. Justice, this is a cross-examination. You're out of line. If anyone deserves an autograph here, it's me. One on my gavel would be nice, and one on my dick. Herr Judge? What's this? It's my autograph. Now keep this trial moving. What? Oh, my grandchild will be so happy. Uh-huh. Who said he was a grandson? I would think it'd be more likely to be a girl. Maybe he mentioned it before. Okay, so we're going to presenting. This is hers, right? Found at the crime scene. Well, there you go. If I had remembered that, that would have been pretty obvious. Here you go. I'm sorry, Lamiroir, but I'm having trouble believing you. You remember this brooch, do you not? Why, that's Lamiroir's. She was wearing it for her song. Care to add that to the testimony, Prosecutor Gavin? What? This brooch was found after the murder took place. At the very scene of the crime. What? Lamiroir, how did your brooch get backstage if you did not go there yourself? And as Prosecutor Gavin has just told us, you had been wearing it during your performance that night. What? What? Lamiroir, please explain. Lamiroir? Don't you dare. English is quite difficult. And no. No. Your forehead may be large, but you are a lawyer, truly. But you have missed one important fact. In fact, at the time of the incident, I went backstage, but only for a moment. Then the moment's gone. Dust in the wind. You know whereof I speak. Yeah, how the fuck... You're saying that you're not gonna trust me when I said that she's a witness, but I'm supposed to trust that you're translating her properly? You cock-noodle? My battery is red, but I'm not gonna charge it yet. I'm gonna wait, because I think I can last for the rest of this video. Watch this room for me. I have to call for backup. Right, understood. You want me to make sure no one comes in, right? Mr. Letus, can you hear me? Yeah, I got it! I got it! In the last 20 minutes, you flashed back to this 3 times. I know! The witness is Siren. I know! See, that's important. That's really the only part that you needed. Huh. That is an important flashback. That part right there. That explains that. It does. There was no other time I could have dropped it. But that's ridiculous. You only looked in for an instant, but you dropped your brooch. Forehead. She has raised a possibility. The only thing that can counter that is evidence. Shit. Actually, I intended to go into the dressing room. I knew nothing of what had happened, of course. But the moment I opened the door, I heard a horrible voice. A forehead shouting, "Who's there?" no doubt. A horrible voice indeed. Cords of steel. Well, that explains the brooch. Let's return to your testimony. That's too convenient. She's hiding something. Lamiroir, you did look into the room, though, right? Yes. Testify as to what you saw. Very well, though it was only the briefest of glimpses. Okay. Well... A wall? Was there a wall there? There was, wasn't there? A division, or partition, I believe. Yeah. I guess that partition might have hidden the body. Yeah. The ring is, The ring is not black and white. Has it been like that for a while? I mean, the bracelet? I don't know if it was like that. I'm pretty sure it was black and white before. I'm gonna do it. It's gotta be in her eyes. Especially since she's talking about what she saw. If it's gonna be relevant, then it might be in her eyes. And it's the only thing visible on her. Not really doing anything, not even blinking. Anything at all. Nope. I mean, okay, let's check elsewhere. I mean, we could... Whoa, she's gulping. She gulped. I was gonna look at her mouth, but she gulped. She swallowed. The late Mr. Letus's body, you say? Yes. You know something more about Mr. Letus's death than you are saying. What? I could see you trying not to remember. But the effort made you swallow. You can't fool my eyes. It is true. It was so terrible, after all. Why did Mr. Letus have to be shot? One moment, Lamiroir. Yes? What was that you just said? Why did Mr. Letus have to be shot? Yes. Does that mean she was hiding something? Your words just... Do they? Wait, what? What? She said, why did he have to be shot? What the fuck does that contradict? What's in here? She knows he was shot, right? Maybe she doesn't. Yeah, because she said she doesn't... I assume she had to know at this point. She was saying that when she was taken to the back of the room, you know, she wasn't given details. I assumed she had to know at this point, at the very least, that he had been shot. Didn't we mention that? I mean, we were talking about that. We were just talking about that in court. Was she not in the courtroom? When we were... Maybe she wasn't. Maybe she was elsewhere. So she might not have known that he had been shot. I assumed she knew. There you go. Tell me, Lamiroir, how did you know he had been shot? Well, Immediately following the incident, a gag order was placed on the scene. This is the document proving that. In your testimony, you told the court, no one told me anything about the incident. Furthermore, you testified that you had seen nothing. Yet you knew that Mr. Letus had been shot. How could you have known? Oh, wow. York indeed. Whoa, that was weird looking. You aren't hiding something from this court, I hope? That sweet song of hers was sounding a little too sweet. Ah, now I remember. Please, allow me to add to my testimony? Of course. All we want to know is the truth. She looks kind of pale, huh? She saw something, I know it. Even the victim said so. Has there ever been a witness who's just, like, told the truth entirely the entire time? Wasn't Bikini pretty reliable? Like, wasn't she... She was wrong, but I'm pretty sure she believed what she was saying. I remember that. Most of the witnesses were fucking all, oh, let me add to my testimony. Fucking... No, you didn't. Only a glimpse that you knew they were bullet holes? Because of all your bullet hole experience? You have traveled the world as a singer. You must have sung in places far more dangerous than our country. I go wherever my voice is needed. Those places are many these days. That's really cool. I hope I get to travel like Lamiroir someday. I plan on recording my next album overseas. Their studios have a different sound, you know. Maybe I should go on a Chords of Steel tour too. Sure. Let's all go together. Well, what the fuck? There's no way that you looked in the room, looked to the right, and saw them on the wall. There's no way. That's where they were, right? Yeah. Oh, especially because the door blocks them. I didn't even realize that. Now even more so, there's no way. Lamiroir, they call you the Siren of the Ballad. But lies are hardly becoming of such a creature. A put-down worthy of our prosecutor, Mr. Justice. You nailed her. Stop polishing your forehead and start polishing your character, yeah? What the fuck? Can't I be cool for once? No. Observe the diagram. Lamiroir, you looked in from the door for just a moment. Correct. Yes, that is so. There were bullet holes in the room, yes. But they were in the wall the door is on. Eh? You see, assuming you merely glanced into the room, you couldn't have seen those bullet holes. Eek! Lamiroir? Yes? I'm afraid the defense has raised a good point. It appears you have been holding back something. And I must tell you? I must tell you what it is that I saw? Yes. The happenings in this trial are being recorded, like The Happening. And I'm certain it will be on the news in Virginia. You understand your reputation is at stake, it falls to you to avoid tarnishing it. Personally speaking, I still believe that cross-examining her will yield us absolutely nothing. But she knew how Mr. Latouche died, and he named her as a witness. You must have seen something, Lamiroir. Very well. Lamiroir, please continue your testimony. Very well, I shall. I was on my way from the stage to the backstage exit. There was something like a little window there. Okay. So, I mean, I don't know what to believe, but I was thinking the killer might have been there, but if she had been there, the killer was in the room, but then where did the killer go? There were 2 shots. I couldn't do anything to stop it. Okay, it wasn't Machi. There we go. We're good. So you did witness the crime. And the killer was a grown person, you say? This is my first time hearing this, I assure you. Nice play, Air Forehead. Very well, Air. Mr. Justice, you may begin your cross-examination. Awesome. There's only one other grown person. Darian. Or the magician guy. This whole thing smells fishy. That's what's wrong. Does it? I mean, maybe none of it's true at all. But there's a little... Like going... Are you saying in the hallway there was a window? That's what it sounds like, but that's not... I don't know about that. There were 2 shots. Wasn't Machi. We'll press her testimony on the next episode. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you then.